that right there is the first intro part of the progression. The second part of that progression is you come down after you hit the F key. So in other words, after you come down, you hit F, then you hit E flat, D flat, then you hit B flat, and then what you do is you hit the G flat major chord, but in the second inversion. So it's actually repeat. Let me rephrase that. It's not that. It's you hit that progression, the F, the E flat, D flat, B flat, and then you hit these three chords. In other words, the G flat, the E flat, and the B flat all together as a chord. I forgot what that chord was called, but that's the second part of the progression. So in other words, after you hit the D flat, the A flat, and the F. So in other words, after then you come down with the F, E flat, D flat, B flat, and then you hit those three chords, the three chords that I just named, which was the G flat, the E flat, and the B flat together. So it's all together. And then what you do is you do that intro progression 3 times. So altogether it sounds like that's 3 times. You hit that 3 times just like that. And then what you do is you come down. In other words, you hitting that same progression where you hit the F, the E flat, and the B flat. You hit that same progression for the 4th time. It goes, or in other words, you just stop at the E flat. I mean the D flat. So it's F, E flat, D flat, and that's when you hit the G flat major chord in the second inversion. So it's that's the 4th time. 4th time you do that. So it's all together it goes. Kind of get it? Now from there, after you hit that G flat major chord in the second inversion, in the first inversion, you go up like a little bit of an octave, not a full octave, and what you do is you hit the D flat major chord, but not all together. So in other words, it's the keys in the D flat major chord, but it's not fully the chord because you're not hitting them all together. So it's then the keys of the D flat major chord that you hit, the order that you hit them in is, or in other words, it's close to that. You hit the B flat, F, then A flat. So it sounds pretty much like this. So it's kind of quick when you hit it. So in other words, when you come off of that 4th progression in the intro, you hit B flat, F, then A flat. So it sounds like this. Like that. up here. Then you go back down to closer to middle C, and that's when you hit the D flat major chord keys, but not the whole chord. So it goes like this. This is the order you'll hit it in. It's F, 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 A flat, D flat, and then you hit the chord. So in other words, it's like that. And that's the full intro. So coming from the fourth progression of the intro, it sounds like this. And that's the full intro there. So altogether, the full intro sounds like this. I just added that in there. I just like that. But that's the full intro there, and that's pretty much the intro of the song. From there, we go into the song, and this is the part where I actually start singing. I start with the chorus. Pretty much the song is the exact same through the whole time I'm singing. So it's not that much of a difference until we get to maybe like the bridge area, which is after the chorus and the two verses that I sing. All right, so here we go. The song goes, it's the same progression as the intro, close to the same progression, except that what you do is you go, do you kind of see that? So in other words, the intro is similar to the song, except that it's a little different. It just sounds similar, and it sounds fuller when you get into the song. So in other words, this is pretty much the whole song. You hit the intro progression similar, such as A, B flat, D flat, E flat, then the D flat chord. But this time, instead of hitting the A flat and the F flat after the D flat chord, in the bass, you have A flat. So it'll be a D flat over an A flat. So in other words, that's the first chord you hit. Then what you do is you raise the fifth of the chord, which is where my thumb is. You raise that a whole step. And in the bass, you raise the A flat bass to a B flat bass, which is a whole step. So the two chords are right there. So you start with the D flat chord, and then you raise the bass up a whole step, and you raise your thumb up a whole step. And that's the second chord. So that's pretty much the song. Those two chords are replacing the A flat and the F flat that was in the intro. So instead of playing the A flat and the F flat, which was at the end, you're playing those two chords. So it's like this. You see that? You see how it replaces the A flat